Hey, Shalom, first and foremost, all praises, glory, and honor goes to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Hashem, Kodash, double honors to the elder apostles. Great millstone that taught us this true citation. Oh, Yakim pushing this word day in and day out, doing this quick lesson. Saw this post from this nigga right here. His name is Corey Brim. And you know, Jake, man, they just oblivious to the truth, to the curses. I mean, of course, they know little bits and pieces of the truth. They know the Lord was, it's common knowledge that he's a so-called black man, right? From the head tribe of Judah. But, Jake, they want to live their lives in America still, man. I mean, when we were young in this faith, transitioning from the world to the truth, of course, you hit up a bar or whatever every, once in a while and stuff. But times we live in now is not a good time to be just a sitting duck, man, because that's basically what you are when you just in these different establishments and stuff, man. This he's getting ready to come down with great wrath. So, me personally, I ain't been bar hopping in years, man. Probably, probably since like before the Plan DZ, man, like 2019 or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Because I remember it was just one little ratchet bar around the way, little pool hall joint. And I think maybe at the time I was in my early mid 30s. And I seen this Jake I knew at the gym, cool brother. You know what I'm saying? Every time I see him, he always show the same energy. Like, I could never, say like, okay, yeah, I don't know about this guy. Yeah, I mean, he's either a great actor or a great dude, one or the other, right? And so I remember I seen him at the bar. I was kicking it and shit. And I sat at the watching the game. It had like a game on or some shit. And I'm sitting there and I turn around, it's like 3-4 niggas behind me just watching it without the same screen I'm watching. So I'm like, oh hell no, I'm about to get up out of here. That was my first reaction. I could see it was some ladies, these some niggas, man. Like, trying to feed off my energy or whatever. So I'm like, oh hell no, I'm about to get the fuck out of here. So I seen the Jake I knew from the gym. He's like, oh. He's like, you had enough of this, huh? I looked at him, started laughing. Oh, hell yeah, I'm about to get up out of here. I think he left the same time I did and wasn't enough action or ladies in there. I said, man, fuck this shit. I just got up and left, right? And, I say that because, America is dying, man. It's pretty much on its last breath, life support and so forth, man. So, majority of these people be at the bars, be miserable anyway, right? So he got this guy. He's like a old nigga influencer. He's like a 50-some-year-old influencer, which isn't 50 ain't super old, but to be a influencer on social media, that is a little up there, right? You like a great grandpa when it comes to that. So this guy named Corey Brim, he says being black in America. I just sat at this bar in DC. You can't believe it. Spent $200. Just drinking and having an appetizer. So, you at the bar, you spent 200. I know you probably a little tipsy. So, here it is. He 50 something years old, pushing 60, and he posting how he drinking and driving, basically. Just drinking, having an appetizer. I parked my truck in a garage that closed. I think he meant. Yep, that closed at 7 p.m. The guy came in and got me. I guess the parking attendant. I moved my truck outside, closed my tab, tipped, and about 10, 15 minutes later came outside to move my truck. Came back in, Slovakia for the grammar. Sat at the same spot, new bartender, and they didn't acknowledge me not one time. I literally sat there and watched the new bartender greet everyone but me, so he's just watching, waiting to see, more likely the bartender's a Edomite or, because he says being black in America. So more than likely the bartender is an Edomite or appears to be an Edomite. And he says, now here's the kicker. Why someone comment, this ain't about rice. Y'all don't even know what's going on out here. He says, shout out to his first bartender. So, Jake don't believe in the curses, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you go out to these, especially these Edomite or, mixed race establishments, you're going to get second class treatment, man. Cause I know, because I live in the Edomite town. I remember one time I went out with my demon to the little breakfast spot. And the waitress, she was serving all these Edomite tables around me. And when she walked back, came back to the table, or she didn't even come back. She just like walked by. I said, "Hey, you forgot about me?" And then she like froze, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, like I wasn't going to notice how she's serving all the Edomite tables before my table. So, after that, I was like, oh, hell no, I ain't, me personally, certain brothers like to go out. With me personally, I don't do none of that shit no more. With this incident with me and my demon probably happened like 2021, 2022, and ever since then I stopped like, going out, sitting at fucking restaurants and shit, unless I'm out of town. You know what I'm saying? If I'm out of town, okay, I'll do it. But in this area, nah, I'm done with that shit. Okay, we're saying nothing wrong going out to a restaurant, enjoying your meal, but me personally, I'm done. That stage is over and done with, because the way, I guess you can say, for lack of better words, my self-awareness or pride won't allow me to get treated. It is, I'm spending money at your business, and you're gonna treat me like a second-class citizen. My self-respect won't allow that shit to happen, man. But these niggas go through this every day. You know what I'm saying? Especially, you see with this nigga, how he carry himself. He like an old drunk nigga. Okay, so let me get some precepts, man. This is Deuteronomy 28:16 curse. Shout out be in the city, and curse shout out be in the field. So don't matter if you're in the city, the country, you at work, you in whatever facet of society, the curse is gonna be on Jake, man. All right, because this is Esau's utopia and our dystopia. Okay, so that's one thing you gotta have in your mind at all times. Like, look, this ain't our rest. All right. But, Jake, man, especially here in the DMV, Jacob is very comfortable in the DMV because their parents or themselves to be having them good ass government jobs, which Trump is slowly but surely doing away with. There could be another at the end of the month, it could be another shutdown. We'll see how this shit play out. But slowly but surely, Jake, goddamn, getting phased out of this area, all right? But like I said, Jake, in this area, their parents have good money, good jobs, and most of the baby boomers, they getting put to death. They up there in the 70s, 80s, getting put to death. They leave a big ass house, worth $1 million to their children. They sell the house, they split up their inheritance money, or they might live in the house, fucking paid off mortgages. So these niggas, they real comfortable here in the DMV. It's a win-win situation. A lot of military, parents military vets, they military vets. Niggas get money out here in the DMV. There's really the whole Atlanta, the Black Mecca, whatever you want to call it. They really copy their whole format off of the DMV, man. Because Atlanta, in the fucking 80s, 90s was like a ratchet town. It's probably more like Jackson, Mississippi. But now it's like the the Black Mecca or whatever, the home of the bootleg and shit. You know, it's like a sister city for DC, man, the DMV area. Because you got a lot of transplants out there and so forth. So the niggas that was making their money here, they do their wickedness out there, man. But, you know, at least out there, you know, it'll be like less resistance with Jake than, of course, you know, a nigga get treated like a nigga everywhere. But, you know, in Atlanta, the niggas stick together at least more than here. You know, so, you know, he got his nigga wake up call, man. Don't nobody want to hear your jokes about 1998. You know what I'm saying? How you was in college or doing this, doing that. You know. Really, the nigga should have had a designated driver or Uber or some shit. Out here driving drunk. So there's a curse shout out be in the field. So the curses are on us, man. All right. So, you know, I've seen his social media page. He got damn near 100,000 followers for what? You know, his page, nothing but folly. You know, he talking about his day at the bar. Here it is, everything going on in the world, and that's the most, you know, you can post on social media is your day at the bar, man. You know, this niggas stay in the bar, man. You know, I'm scrolling his videos, this niggas in bars in DC, bars in Waldorf. You know, hey, scripture says, man, soon you ain't gonna be able to drink wine with a song, man. You know, let me get it, man. Strong drink shall be bitter. Let me get first wine is a mocker, man. And then I'll get the strong drink is bitter. You know, just doing this quick lesson, man, before I take a nap. Proverbs 20:1, wine is a mocker, and strong drink is raging, and whosoever is deceived thereby is not wise. So, yeah, man, this nigga, he just be acting a fool, man. Like most of our people, man, they get drunk, act a fool, start wanting to fight, wanting to, you know, just do dumb shit, commit adultery. It's being a nigga, man. You know, that's why, like, me personally, like, my tolerance for Jake is very, very thin. So I can't be around, like, niggas but too long, man. Maybe like a, you know, few minutes and then I'm out, man. Like, I can't be around these niggas all day, every day. But certain Jakes, you know, even certain brothers in the truth, man, they can tolerate it. But me, personally, nah, because I know it's going to be a problem, man. So I avoid that shit. I'd rather be ducked off, you know, especially the times we living in, man. Imagine, you know, when the next lockdown hit, the LD, right? You ain't gonna be at these bars and clubs and gyms. All right. Nigga, wake up just to go to the bar. You get paid, wake up, go to work Monday through Friday, get paid Friday, go to the bar Friday, Saturday night, you know, try to recover Sunday, watching NFL, to do it all over again the next week, then the next week, then the next week, then the next week, then, you know, and then wake up, late 30s, early 40s, kidney failure. You know what I'm saying? Diabetes, or high blood hypertension. You know, they have all these ailments, man. All right, so, and it says, strong drink is raging. Yeah, it's raging, man. You know, motherfuckers ready to fight. Shoot up the motherfucking establishment. You know, fight the bouncer, shoot the bounce. You know, fight the waitress. You know, shoot the waitress. You know, because best believe every establishment, there's somebody in there packing heat. You know what I'm saying? Whether they snuck it in or they ain't got no, you know, what they call that shit, man. I used to work at one of them spots. They ain't got no bouncers patting everybody down and shit. Scanning the wand, man. Checking for weapons, man. Whosoever is deceived thereby is not wise, man. All right, so. All right, let me get strong drink better. Cause you look at this nigga, man. Scripture says a man shall be known by his look, man. And you look at this Jace countenance, you be like, man, this nigga's a simple nigga, man. He's a nigga that just stay in the bars. This is Isaiah 24:7, man. This is the times we living in now. The new wine mourneth, the vine languisheth. All the merry-hearted do sigh, man. Amen. Real soon, all the merry-hearted is about to sigh, right? Going to the bar, turning up. Got niggas 60 years old worrying about turning up, man. Look, young G, I was your age. That's folly, man. Even the old bitches don't even do that shit, man. They be trying, go out or whatever. But, they don't be, hey, when I was young, I was this, and that. Always be an old nigga, man. Only thing an old bitch will say, yeah, when I was young, you couldn't handle me. The bitch will be more arrogant with it, man. Yeah, when I was this age, 20, 30 years old, when I was this age, you couldn't fucking drag you by my teeth. You know how these niggas want to be talking. The noise of them that rejoice endeth. Hey, man, I can't wait for this time, man, because we've been suffering while you people been rejoicing, man. All right. The joy of the harp ceaseth here, man. It's little jazz fest and cabarets and this event and that event. I don't even have clothes to go out to them type shit. Clothes and shoes. All my shit is either work or gym shit. You know what I'm saying? That's it. Work, gym, and beach shit. That's all my whole wardrobe. All right, little casual shit, man. I ain't going to none of your events, man. All right, and any woman that want to deal with me there, they gotta face that, man. You invite me to such and such. Nope, I ain't going. You want to go? Okay, go. I don't give a damn. I do not give a damn, man. You do something behind my back, the Lord's gonna jack your ass up. All right. So since the mirth of tabret ceaseth, the noise of them that rejoice endeth, the joy of the heart ceaseth. So, hey, that's the times we living in, man. Lord willing, it's not a Super Bowl 60, Because, this is a whole nother topic, but, this whole year is based on that 6 vibration, GTA 6, Super Bowl 60, 2026 Olympics, Summer Games, all that bullshit. The joy of the harp ceaseth. They shall not drink wine with the song. And that's when we gonna be married. When you niggas are sorrowful, we gonna be married. Because, you niggas keeping this shit going, man. Like this morning, I was on my way to work. And it's, like a UPS facility nearby. And, I'm seeing all the drivers, just taking off for work for the morning. The Spirit told me, let's see if there's any Edomite drivers. And then when I looked, all the drivers was niggas, man. Ain't no knock if a brother, that know he's an Israelite. Truth and sincerity is, doing that type of work. But, but 2/3, that's their end all be all. Just be a truck driver, be in a union, and try to make it to get their pension. I've got, that's a nigga's whole goal, whole existence, man. He shall not drink wine with a song, and strong drink shall be bitter to them that drink it, man. So it's gonna be bitter, man. That strong. It don't matter what you drink, Corona, Yayan, and you drink that Shakar, that liquor. It don't matter. It's gonna be bitter, man. Like I said, man, for brothers that do, go out, get a drink, man, which I don't do it, especially here in the DMV. Like if I decide to, do anything, it'll be far away from here. I won't be in this area. I'll be like way somewhere else. But even then, man, hey, we coming to a time where a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able, man. So they gonna put you in these smart cities, these grids, so forth, man. All right. So don't be like this old nigga, man. What the fuck is this nigga name? Corey Brim. Let's take a look at his simple act. This nigga right here, Corey, the traveling poor star Brim. Look at this simple name. This nigga got on the rainbow hat. More than likely, he down with that community. Or you part of that shit. Look at this shit. Lined up beard, rough looking nigga. Old nigga, man. All right, old simple nigga, man. Lined up nigga. He should have a rough beard, Nigga say he at Walmart looking for his wife. But yeah, I've been to this Walmart. Yeah. There's a few, nice charms there. Okay, but OG got a little bit of strength. But I want to do push-ups on that dirty ass Walmart floor. You know what I'm saying? So it's just a simple nigga, man. Trying to be accepted in Babylon, man. All right. And scriptures say, even though their mouth they talk about the Lord, but their heart is far from him, man. His heart is, trying to come up, blow up in America, man. At 60 years old, man. Pushing 60. Okay. So I'm gonna end it there, man. Just like I said, brothers, man. I know certain brothers like to go to the bars and stuff, but just keep that shit to a minimal. Just stay out the way till next time. Shalom.